our first rapid called White Maiden's Walk Away, and we can see our first raft guided by Bart and his crew coming on down. They're going to be lining up for what we call the field goal post. They're going to want to get it straight here. They're going to come right around the corner, and they're through. Scott and his crew lining up for the drop, and they're also going to come right through the field goal post, knocking a couple of these folks on the bottom of the boat, but they're good to go. Mike and his crew coming up next. They're going to be going right over that right field goal post, but they all come down clean. Well, now we've got our duckies coming through, our inflatable kayaks, and these guys are having a good run. And here comes our next crew, and they're doing well as well. And more of them coming through. And looking right upstream, we see yet another fun yak coming down. These guys are really paddling hard, and they're going to be setting up for the drop. They're going to come right on through it. It's going to stall them out for a second, but no swimmers. And Kevin and his crew are going to be coming on down next, and they're coming right through the middle of the field goal post and heading on down to the, putting on the brakes now to get around this very large rock that's obstructing the bottom of the river. Looks like we had some clean runs here at White Maidens. We'll catch up to these guys downstream. And here we are at Sundown Falls. This is going to be our next rapid of the day. We've got a big vertical drop that these rafts are going to be coming right on through. And Scott and his crew paddles up in the air as well as they come on down the drop. And Amy leading the way over with a grab over the drop. And here come the inflatable kayaks following. The next ones are coming on right on down. Oh, it looks like we've got a tip boat. And we've got some more following right behind. And it's a tough angle right there. We've got one out of the boat and one in the boat. And he's gonna try to catch up to him. Meanwhile, we've got our next duckies coming down. These guys are paddling hard over the drop, paddles high in the air, and there. One look again, we've got one out and one in. He's gonna hang right onto the boat there. And now we've got Kevin and his crew coming down. They've got a good angle, and they're gonna come right down and head straight on down the next part of the rapid. And Mike and his crew, bringing up the rear on this one, looking good. And we're gonna catch up to these guys at our next spot. And here we are now at the Hawaii 5-0 wave, where we're gonna surf some of these rafts. First up, we got Bart and his crew. He's got a good angle. He's gonna be side surfing right on the crest. This is a good surf. These guys are getting it in faces, and the boat is filling up with water. This is a great angle. He's gonna want to maintain this angle to ensure the greatest quality of surf. He's gonna go ahead and switch it around now. It's gonna blow him out. Next up, it looks like we got Scott and his crew, and he's trying to get them around so they stay in there, and it looks like they can do it. They're gonna forward paddle back into the hole, and they've got a good angle now, and they're gonna get a small enter. This guy in the back is almost falling out, and they're staying in so far. Oh, he's gonna go deep there. It's gonna submarine, and they're gonna wash out. A high quality surf here from Scott and his crew. And now we've got Kevin and his crew, and they're really going in there, going for a 180. He's gonna bring it around for a 360 for style points. And these guys are all in the middle of the boat, and the boat's filling up with water. They're going back in for more. They're gonna spin around. Oh, we've got someone falling out now, popping in downstream. This guy does not have a chance. He's hanging onto the boat in the hole. He's gonna keep him here. This is not a very comfortable place to be. And he hangs onto the boat and they get washed out. Well, Mike and his crew dropping into the hole. Looks like they're starting out really well. Right away over on that side, they're gonna have to get it back or they're gonna lose it. Well, now we got Scott in once again and his crew. And this looks like a quality surf, ladies and gentlemen. They're gonna get so deep that it's gonna push them on through. And Mike Keck and his crew now, oh, they're gonna get all the way up sideways, but they all managed to stay in the boat. This is quality entertainment, folks. And Mike Sprather and his crew dropping back in. They're gonna get a good ender there. They got a good angle. Getting a little far to the river left side of the hole. Oh, it's gonna get him sideways. And she fell out. But the rest of them are still surfing. They're just one short, but they're still gonna go around losing water bottles The boat is full of water and Spradlin is out of the boat. Looks like he's gotten pushed out of the boat and they're gonna float on down. This has been action-packed excitement here at the Hawaii 5-0 wave. We're gonna catch up to these guys downstream. Dead Man's Curve is our next one. This one's pretty steep. We got some big holes up at the top and then it's gonna lead on down into the big wave train at the bottom. And right through the hole comes Scott and his crew. They're gonna come right around the next hole and right on down the wave train. And Mike and his crew, they're gonna round that hole on the left and they're gonna work their way down the center. And oh, they're getting a little close to that rock, but they all stayed in the boat. And here comes Amy, and right behind her we'll probably find the duckies, and they'll be entering the rapid on the left. First one's coming down now. Gonna find that hole, gonna go left to the next hole, and right on down the middle. And these guys are gonna get surfed around. They're gonna high side left to maintain their stability, and again they're gonna get pushed right, and oh, up and over a rock it looks like. They are in the water. Next boat coming down seems to have made it just fine. And a very slow flip here on this one, but we've got another boat upside down. And we've still got these folks in the eddy. And here's one popping up there. And Kevin and his crew are bringing up the sweep. They're getting way left here off some of these rocks. And right down the middle of the wave train though, it's going to set them up nicely for a smooth run. And we're going to catch up to these guys in just a minute. Here we are now at the Royal Flush, one of the larger rapids we're going to be seeing today. But with this one, it's not so much the size as it is the repercussions. Huge stompy holes and these gnarly undercut rocks all throughout this rapid do make it a Class 5. And that means that today we're going to be walking around it. Looks like we've got some of our fun yackers up there picking a line through this rapid. And they're going to be walking these boats right around this rapid on this wonderful trail.
We were going to run it, but we changed our mind.
And here come the rafts over this trail, and these guys are making it look easy. And from here it's just a matter of sliding this boat off the specially designed slide rock and into the water, across the trusty bridge to the cube-like rock, and heading on downstream for a beautiful stretch of river. One last look at the lower flush. And here we are at Dahlonega Rapid, and we're gonna eddy out, it looks like, and grab some lunch. And now it looks like we just got folks lounging around, kicking on the rocks and in the water, and just otherwise enjoying themselves as they're waiting for lunch to be ready. And once again, your guides hard at work here preparing another gourmet meal. Here's Bart.
Hello, how are you guys today? It's a pleasure to see you on a bright sunny day in southern Sierra Nevada.
And the food is ready. We've got lunch ready, and we've got the folks over here preparing some of the sandwiches so that they're going to have the energy to make it through the rest of this day.
Gotta get the cheese.
And we'll catch up to these guys after lunch. Here we are now after lunch at Harry Carey. This is going to be our next big rapid, probably one of the steepest ones we'll be doing today. And Scott and his crew are going to be making their way down now. They're straightening it out now for the big hit. They're going to skirt that hole on top and they're going to come right through that second hole. And here's the first of the duckies coming through. And these guys are going to punch right through that top hole and they're going to spin them around on this one. And it looks like they're going to make it. And here comes crew number 2 on our duckies. And it looks like they're going to get a little bit sideways. And they're going to skirt that hole and they're going to skirt that hole as well. A clean run. And kayak number 3 coming down right through that hole, looks like, and oh, they're gonna go upside down. They're gonna be swimming this one. And this is a pretty shallow swim down here. We're gonna see a lot of bumps, I hope. Not, that is. And they're gonna be Yep, ow. And we got our last ducky coming down with a smooth run. And right through the hole comes Mike Keck and his crew. They're going to be paddling hard out throughout the rest of this one. And bringing up the rear now, we got Kevin and his crew. Going to be crashing right through the top hole and getting around through the wave train at the bottom. Smooth runs. Here we are at the next rapid called the Fluffy Bunny, otherwise known as E-Rocks and Bleed. And we've got Scott and his crew coming on down, splashing through these big waves up at the top. And now I've got Mike and his crew coming on down. Oh, Mike's probably he's gonna get big air with a double grab for style points on this one. And right behind him, we've got the duckies coming on down. And they're gonna get some big hits over those big waves. It looks like they're all staying in their boats thus far. Next one's coming down. They're paddling hard now. And they're looking good. One more to come through the big wave there. And looking good. And here they are now entering what we like to call the bunny box. And they're going to be coming down, trying to avoid this rock right here. And oh, we've got some people going over. We've got the double flip right now. And another boat comes. Oh, we've got another flip off the bunny box, ladies and gentlemen. Another crew in the water. And now we got a raft coming down, and they're just gonna come right off that rock with no problem. And Mike and his crew up at the top coming down the big waves. And they're gonna finish it up backwards. And we'll be catching up with these guys again downstream. Here we are now at our last rapid of the day called Pinball. This one's a very technical class 4 and it's really going to test the skills and luck of our guides and our crews today. And remember, if you're tired of not receiving the recognition you deserve, use Krylon spray paints. It appears as though Mike Sprather and his crew have eddied out up at the top. They're just going to be hanging out there for a while. And we've got some of the fun yaks coming through now. Our first group right here, they're going to be weaving in and out of these rocks, it looks like, kind of taking a very technical run, and they're going to come right through the middle, a place where we call it the Four Corners. Oh, they're going to skirt it and head left, and we're going to come off a rock and head on down the left side. And again, they're really getting technical here. And we've got our second pair coming down. They've gone down the right side of the river now, and they're going to come right into these rocks and push off this rock right here. Going to swing it around, and oh, looks like, oh, we've got a flip right here, ladies and gentlemen. And they're going to swim on down, and they got their buddies there to help them out. Scott and his crew now trying to decide which way to go, and it looks like they're going to also go river right. And they're going to back it up, put all the brakes away from this rock right here. They're going to do the spin to wind move off of it, looks like, and watching out for that bump. Right on down they go. And we've got Mike and his crew coming on down, looking real strong. And Kevin and his crew coming in, and they're also going to go the river right run, coming off these rocks and around this rock here. And away they go. Well, they're going to head on down towards the takeout, and this brings an end to this rapid and of this adventure. Hope you enjoyed rafting on the Lower Kern River with Kern River Tours. This has been another Whetstone production, copyright 1999.